All right, so it's been a minute since we've talked about real estate, but there is some very important stuff happening. We have new home sales data came out today. It was awful, and we have pending home sales coming out tomorrow. So there's a lot of things I want to talk about. Go over some. I have a few charts and data points I want to show you guys with the real estate market that I think are important to go over, especially coming into 2019. And if you haven't seen the video talking about the CAR, the California expectations for real estate. I'm going to talk about a lot of stuff from there just because we're seeing some of this stuff come to light. However, some of this data isn't really good. So yeah, we'll just get into it. If you guys are new, subscribe. If you're not new, make sure you have post notifications on. And if you did just subscribe, turn on that little bell because we post a lot, so you just don't want to miss it. But those of you who are subscribed, I know a lot of you guys have been in real estate. Y'all hit me up, you've commented, and the question is this a good time to buy or not? And it is shifting to a buyer's market, I think. However, I'm not really pulling the trigger too much. And now, even talking about, I know the title of this video is kind of extreme. The real estate bubble is popping, but things are starting to change. Things are starting to decline. If you even watch the videos I made a few months ago, I was even saying we don't really notice the decline in real estate. We haven't really been seeing it, and we weren't. And now we're kind of seeing it. You're seeing a slowdown in sales, slowdown in activity, even trying to sell homes. The inclination to buy stuff when we're looking to flip what we're expecting to sell for and what time. These are more bigger questions now. The dynamic of the market has definitely changed, and it's cool to observe and cool to know. But let's look at it. First thing, even for you stock trader guys, this is the home building stocks and the indexes and their earnings to price everything. They've plummeted. They've declined past 2014. So that's not good at all. So kind of the play on the stock market's already been kind of missed. Maybe look to the upside, or if things continue to get worse, but they've already really taken the hit, and that was like the clear sign. But new home supply, so the new home is amount month by month steadily increasing, and this is what it started to look like coming into the crash. But again, we're in 06, 07, so that could be saying something. This is a huge increase in supply, which we've talked about in the real estate market, which is kind of weird. But now we're starting to see price declines, but now how people are responding in terms of moving their price and not, that is still where the dislocation is coming in the real estate market. But this happening and this occurring is pretty shocking. This is a big increase. And again, all we've talked about these factors. I've talked about them in the past, which is what I've been looking at, and they weren't getting too crazy, but now things are starting to really pick up. And you'll see this is the median price. We're starting to see the median price decline, but now you even see the difference between total new home sales versus the median price. So home sales was dropping, prices stayed the same, and then you start to see it go up. And now prices are going up and the amount of homes, but this is where we are now. It's the downtrend's coming, but everything in all of this data, just like the CAR forecast and what I'm expecting, is that real estate is going to look a lot like 2014. 2014, 2015, maybe 2013, and that's not good, but it was the same situation where we were experiencing global stuff. There was issues, a lot of things were slowing down, and as the market came down, real estate slowed down a little. It softened, so did the expectations, but then it did pick up from there. And I guess I'm an optimist, if you could say that, but that's one thing. So now let's look at the main data, and that is the new home sales. And this is interesting. This just came out today. And why it's interesting, because, well, looking at a 1 year, it's down year over year by a substantial percent. And I think it's actually down the most since 2010 or 11. It's down from year over year. It's down month over month on a huge thing. But now why this stands out is because new home sales was kind of the blip of hope. There was another blip of hope I was going to talk about. I was going to make a video on it the other day, which is interesting to see how things have developed. But new home sales wasn't getting hit too hard, even though the home builders and stuff. Now we're seeing a big hit. We're seeing that it's going back to prices lower than, amount of sales below January. If we pull it on a 5 year, and this is where people are starting to get worried, you're starting to see just as many homes sold as 2016, the beginning. So we start to enter a whole new phase as these numbers drop. And again, I think we're going to start seeing those if this trend continues. The pace and how it affects median prices will be the important part. This is going to be coming out tomorrow, pending home sales. This was increasing and this was good, but now this was the other thing, existing home sales. This came out earlier this week and it increased month over month, which was good, and people didn't expect that. But year over year, it still got clobbered. And certain areas, I know like the Midwest kind of led the decline. There's a lot of places that have just been getting clobbered, but now we're starting to hit pretty much 2016 levels and go underneath there. But now the trends have been picking up. One last thing, this has came out, the mortgage applications, and some people have trouble reading this. This is week by week or every 2 weeks, and you can kind of see this to gauge velocity. So maybe existing home sales might be decent, or we might start seeing people start to pick up here. But anytime you see those mortgage applications start to pick up, it's kind of telling you about velocity. But then again, you could see the weeks before we saw declines. But maybe I'll make another video on that, expand on it. But that's pretty much it. That's all I got for the real estate data. Be on the lookout for existing home sales. But as far as where I think things are going, I've kind of outlined it. Definitely cautious. Like I said, it's changed my approach. I'm on the lookout there. As always, cautious does not mean that there's not opportunity. And, that's what I'm excited for. It's now, finding the right timing and starting to play and plan that out. So I'm excited to see. I think you guys should all take a look at this, whether you are into stocks or real estate or not. This data is important. And, it's going to give you a heads up on thing and making your investment. So I'll leave it there. Love you guys. Peace.